afternoon, law officer.
Yes, ma'am. I was wondering what kind of law practice you guys have there.
Personal injury, criminal, some contract law.
Okay, well, that's actually kind of what I'm looking for. What my problem is, ma'am, is I need to talk to somebody about a disclaimer.
A disclaimer?
Yes.
Okay, let me see if the attorney's available. What is your name?
Thank you. Ma'am, my name is Jerry, as in Jerry Curl. They used to call me that back in high school when I used to hang out in the locker room after hours.
Jerry? Okay, hold on, please.
Hello, Jerry. This is Michael Thompson. Can I help you?
Yes, sir. Well, I hope you can, to be honest. What I'm doing here is I run a radio show, sir, and it's an internet-based one. And I have been known to poke fun at some people, and people tell me I should have a disclaimer so that I can't get sued.
A disclaimer?
Yes, basically saying that I'm not in charge or responsible if you don't like something that I say, so you can't come over and rape my dog or slap me in the ass or something like that.
Oh, usually the radio station has a disclaimer.
Oh, no, I'm not part of a station. I'm an independent guy. I'm just running out of my house.
That's my point, that they usually say that any views expressed are those of the person who does the programming and not necessarily does it reflect the views of the station.
Well, so, I mean, is that going to work for me? Because I need to feel more protected than a guy wrapped in a Trojan condom, if you know what I mean.
Well, no, I don't know that would protect you.
Well, you see, so the thing is that I make fun of this guy a lot on my show, and well, he's a big gay fag.
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin Tony, he tried to do the same thing that I did. Basically, he called this guy a cum-guzzling queen. And what he said that they came over, they kicked him in the nuts, and they chopped off his big toe. And that by law, they were allowed to do that. Now, I don't know. I mean, I need some advice on that, sir.
You know, unfortunately, I can't really advise you. That's something that's beyond me. I don't want to give you any erroneous advice here. I suggest that you call where are you calling from?
I'm calling from sir.
Yeah, you might want to call the Bar Association. Just ask them if they can refer you to a lawyer that does probably licensing and that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
All right?
But I'm still curious, sir. Is there a law that says that or not?
That says what?
That this man that I supposedly made fun of on my show can sexually abuse me and rape my cat if he feels like it? I think that's absurd if it's true.
Not that I'm aware of. But here again, as I said, you need to perhaps consult with someone that has expertise in that area. But I'm not aware of such a statute.
Okay.
All right, good
sir,
luck
thank
to
you. You know, you guys can have your R&B, your rap, your alternative, I don't care. But there's got to be something about classic rock that just makes everybody feel good. It's July 7th, I'm Captain Emmy, and if I may say so myself, I think I've got a good show for you today. For those of you that tried and failed at reading my column over at 3dgaming.net, it's simply because the site didn't open last night. But it is open now, so I ask you all once again to please try and read that column, because I think you guys might like it. www.3dgaming.net. I have a feeling I'm going to end up writing and reviewing a lot of stuff for that site. So if you want to be up to date on the latest stuff and the best reviews, then might as well just bookmark the mofo.
Is this pointless audio?
Hey, God, I'm in the middle of an intro, dude. What's up?
Well, I just came to tell you that you're going to die in exactly 3 minutes.
You're kidding me. I'm not ready to go. I've got a lot of stuff to do. I haven't even mowed the lawn or gotten laid. Why?
Ha 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 ha. You fool. I'm just around with you, man. You're not gonna die.
You see, now you had me going there, and I have to go change. Aw, you're crazy, God. Anyway, is there anything I can help you with, or did you just come down to scare the crap out of me?
Well, actually, I just came down to say, good luck if Shooters ever accepts your challenge in Quake. You got God on your quarter to say the least, but you're not gonna lose.
Well, geez, God, thanks a lot. That's good to know. I sure hope Shooters accepts my little challenge for a real audio shootout, so to speak. And thanks a lot for coming.
You stupid dick.
First off, let me get to the inspiration of today's Stupid Dick Award. I had a nice little computer crash last night, and although I'm not giving the Stupid Dick Award to Maxter for making hard drives the way they do, I'm not going to. Understand it's rapidly approaching 4 or 5 in the morning, and I basically gave up on reinstalling a lot of stuff, so I went in there to watch a little TV, and you come across some of those good old infomercials that you find late at night. Now, today's Stupid Dick Award goes to the people that design these infomercials. Now, I know the whole point of an infomercial is to plug a certain product and make everybody think that not only is it going to save the world, but somehow if they get that product magically, their whole life is going to become better on account of it. But the way that they present these infomercials to us makes me really think that there are a lot more stupid people in the world for buying some of this. Now, my absolute favorite kind of infomercials are the ones where they try and make it look like the product's being featured on some sort of show. You know the kind I'm talking about, where they get a guy in a chef's hat to come out, and then out trots a little blonde-haired celebrity, and they say, "Welcome to Cooking Corner," and then they plug some sort of cheesy cutlery knife that, by buying it, magically little dwarves are going to come and clean up your kitchen and make your life a lot easier. First off, we know it's not a real show, okay? Hello? It even says, "To be announced" on the little TV guide thing. Second of all, don't expect that most of your viewers or the people that are going to buy the product are kindergartners. You know, you don't have to, use smaller words or break it down. Well, maybe if the product is as bad as some of the ones I've seen lately, you do have to use smaller words because only white trash and really stupid people are going to buy it. But still, enough with faking the shows. If you're going to do that, just have some guy come on there and plug a product. And don't sit there and have bad acting in the middle of your infomercial, okay? We're not doing this to watch a soap opera. Come out there, plug the product, say whatever you need to, and then go. Don't sit there and be amazed at the fact that, a knife can also double as a sexual toy. We don't need that. And furthermore, enough with the big price-slashing skits. Don't go, "Well, you'd expect to pay $99 for this, but you're not even going to pay that." Enough with that. We already know that we're going to get some cheesy deal on a really crappy product, so don't worry. And aside from throwing things in, everybody knows you don't get anything for free nowadays, so don't even try it.
You stupid dick.
I get so mad because all that CD is missing is some serious double bass. Oi, the life of a Quake player. Anyways, before I get to my next little segment, I want to thank a few people. First off, 3dnews.net for saying I had talent. I really appreciate that. The first time I've ever heard something that positive said about me. And second of all, Black Horse over at warzone.com gave my show a nice little plug, and I appreciate it. So thank you, guys. One thing I've been wanting to mention quite a bit on my show, yet I keep forgetting, is the emulator scene. Now, for a lot of you that don't know what that is, basically it's console games like, Nintendo and Sega, all those that can be played on your PC through an emulator. Now, emulating has been something I've been into for quite a while, and I keep forgetting to try and get some of my listeners into it, so here we go. www.davesclassics.com. Alright, that was davesclassics.com. That's probably the only emulator site you'll ever need, simply because if you can't find it there, chances are it's got it in the link section. I mean, it's really that good. Basically, that site is a really good place to start to get into emulating. If you like Genesis, which is kind of weird, but if you do like it, I'd grab the Genesis, and that's with CYST emulator. And if you like good old regular Nintendo, get Nesticle. That emulates games absolutely perfectly, including sound and graphics. When it comes to games like the Game Gear and what's that the green and black piece of shit? Oh, the Game Boy. When it comes to things like those, the emulators are so good now you'd think you were really playing it on one of those little rinky-dink systems. The Super Nintendo. Now, there's a lot of different emulators out there that are really good. In fact, the site even rates them. But the emulation on a Super Nintendo isn't great yet. That means sometimes the sound drops out, or it's not right, or the game is slow, things like that. But they are being fixed. They even have arcade emulators. They have Macintosh emulators for the IBM, which Lord knows why you'd want to do that, but still, they have them. So emulating's really cool. I'm not going to get too, deep into it right now. I'm just trying to say, if you haven't checked it out yet, you're missing out, period.
I wasn't playing with myself in the bathtub. I was just cleaning it, and it went off.
Speaking of cleaning things up, I wanted to clear up some still muddy water between me and Planet Quake. First off, Planet Quake is a great website. In fact, I still go to it religiously. That means every day checking out their news and their mod of the week. Why did I leave Planet Quake? I got an email from Mr. Shore saying that we needed to work out something with mirror sites. So I moved all my downloadable shows to the mirror sites, which I thought were horrible in terms of transfer rates. But I was willing to deal with that just as long as streaming was okay. Well, that night I put out a new show, and I'm saying it was about 8 o'clock, and I told a few people that there was a new show out, and when we went to listen to it, it was unplayable in terms of there was horrible packet loss, the streaming was bad, and the buffering times were outrageous. Now, those of you who have talked with me know I can get pretty PMS-y really quick, and aside from being mad about the mirror site moving, this just really put me over the edge, and I was just, I felt like I was out of a home because I couldn't even listen to my own show. Now, maybe they were having network errors at that time. I don't know what was going on, but the bottom line is, I just couldn't have it at that time. I had it, and I wanted to get out of there. I wanted to get to some place where people could listen to my show. Finally, any shots I took at Planet Quake were for a reason that I never disclosed, and I just realized that now. They're mod of the week. Now, although they highlight some really great mods, I have yet to see Action Quake up there. Reason being that I got an email from a listener who emailed them about Action Quake, and they said, well, the mod of the week is exclusive to Planet Quake sites, meaning that they won't give another mod from another site like Telefrag a mod of the week. Now, maybe they have some really good reason for this. Maybe that's an incentive for them to move to Planet Quake. But in a way, I feel that's kind of trying to break up the community and saying, well, come to us, we're the big boys. That's the reason I slandered them, because I think Action Quake so far is better than any mods of the week that they've had on there. Maybe I should have disclosed that earlier before I slandered them, but hell, it's my opinion. There you have it.
Bam! 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 Bam!
That's what some of the sounds were like on Tronic Sound. That's why I didn't like it. Get over it! I gave it a review, I didn't like it, and I'm not going to bow down to some guy just because he spent his entire pathetic life making a TC that sucked. Now that we have that out of the way, I just got an email from a man named Patrick Allen, and according to Mr. Allen, he's going to be sending me his H3D goggles. Now, he didn't want me to have a bad taste in my mouth, prior to reviewing them for you guys, so he just said that he didn't like them, I might, and he's actually sending them to me. This guy kicks a lot of ass, okay? Thank you. I also want to give a big congratulations to Unhuman for landing a job at Activision Software. I have a feeling he's going to be giving me a lot of free shit. Hint. Hint. Finally, I want to mention that Catch the Chicken, the incredibly popular Quake mod, has a bug in it from what I've heard from several emails here. It appears that when certain people get the chicken, they become invisible. And now these people don't want to be labeled as cheaters. They're not. It seems like it's a glitch in the game. I don't know, but I plan on emailing the maker about it so that we can resolve it. Also, really quick before I get to today's dedication, I managed to line up an interview with Kale, the head pimp there at Action Quake, and I'm going to be asking him a series of questions, and I'd like to know, do you have any questions for him? If so, what? So send them on in. Shit, I forgot to mention my little political incorrectness poll. I guess this show's going to be longer than I thought. Okay, I posed the question, is society getting too politically correct? Now, don't email me if you don't like what I say for the next few minutes, but it's basically quoting from your guys' emails. It seems that a lot of people are upset and feel a little uptight over the fact that they have to keep up to date on what the latest, quote, term is for certain races and ethnicities. Now, basically, from the content of your email, I can comment from a personal experience. At the high school out here, we have an African-American club, and now all the members are black, and I'm actually very good friends with a lot of the people in the club. Now, when I asked them what they thought of the term African-American, they looked at me kind of stupid for a little bit and then said, well, we don't really care. Reason being that half of them can't even pinpoint it on a map. The other half say, well, we're not from Africa, so we shouldn't really be called that. When I asked them what to be called, they said, blacks. I don't have a problem with that. I don't consider myself a racist person. Yet I too feel worried about what someone wants to be called, and I mean, I'm Italian and I'm Portuguese, and don't call me an Italian, Azore Island, Portugalish American, because I'm not. I was born and raised in America, so call me a freaking American, for crying out loud. You can call me cracker, white boy, honky, redneck. I don't care. They're names, okay? And I think, now personally, this is what I think's wrong with the country. We take ourselves a little too seriously, okay? Now, I myself just a few seconds ago said, what do they want to be called? And I think that's the problem with America in general these days. It's always they or them, whether it's black, white, brown, purple, pink, or freaking pastel colors. It doesn't matter. What it should be, at least in America, us. It should be we, the people, Americans. And now maybe this sounds like a little teenager that's trying to give a political statement speech here, but it's not, okay? I don't think the adults have even gotten to work with it because they're too busy trying to figure out names for every little group. Stop it, call us Americans, and leave it at that. Now, I know I probably just dug myself into a hole, but I honestly don't care because that's my opinion. And if listeners want to stop listening to the show because of that, that's just another example of how uptight and pathetic this world has gotten. Anyway, I got a lot of essay-type responses to this question. If you guys would like to see them, please let me know. I'll post them on the site. Here's some freaking music to make you happy now. I'm not the right kind of person to be talking about racism and prejudice, especially in the middle of a show like this. This wasn't the right forum for it, and in that case, I'm sorry because I get a little worked up and I didn't want to ruin my happy little show by doing that. It's just an issue that gets on my nerves sometimes, and I wanted to voice my opinion once and for all, and in fact, due to the emails that I receive, I actually ended up voicing the opinions of several other people out there. Anyway, leave you now with a happy little dedication. Now, maybe it's because I never watched the show when I was a little kid, which would probably be why I'm so messed up today, but this little MP3 file just struck me as incredibly funny, and I actually sat there and listened to it over and over again and laughed my ass off. Please read my column at 3dgaming.net. I hope you like it, and this one's dedicated to all my listeners.
Now, what starts with the letter C? Cookie starts with C. Let's think of other things that start with C. Who cares about the other things? C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. Oh, cookie, cookie, cookie starts with C. Oh, C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. Oh, cookie, cookie, cookie starts with C. Hey, you know what? A round cookie with one bite out of it looks like a C. A round donut with one bite out of it also looks like a C. But it is not as good as a cookie. Oh, the moon sometimes looks like a C, but you can't eat that. So, C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. Yeah, C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. Oh, cookie, cookie, cookie starts with C. Yeah, cookie, cookie, cookie starts with C. Oh boy, cookie, cookie, cookie starts with C.